Hey everybody, it's Adrian Chenault, and I am so excited. This is my favorite thing to get to do, which is to talk to some of our amazing users who are doing wonderful stuff using contact mapping and being able to grow their businesses, having better conversations, better relationships. And I connected with Debbie Kern recently. She's a realtor. She's just a firecracker. And she said something that is kind of my dream of what I want people to say when they experience contact mapping, which is that I've used all this other stuff. It's too complicated. Contact mapping is kind of just what I need and nothing more. And so Debbie, thank you so much for being here with me. It's great to have you here with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, how cool is that? So tell us a little bit about your background prior to getting into real estate and what you've been up to the last few years.
Well, I taught school for about 20 years. I taught elementary, 1st through 6th. And then our son graduated high school. It was getting a little bit heavy with the testing, you know, all of that. So I took a little bit of break, and real estate found me. I gave it a whirl, and I love it. I never looked back. So
that's awesome. And you've been doing real estate for about 5 years now, you said?
about 5 years.
How cool.
Yes.
Cool. And so you've done a lot of networking over that time, I would imagine.
Somewhat, yes. I've gotten more into networking just this last year, more heavily into joining into groups and doing that.
That's great. That's great. And so tell me about how you found contact mapping and what it's been like for you so far.
Honestly, I can't remember exactly, but it was probably on a Facebook feed or maybe Pinterest. Something came across, and I thought, "Ooh, I wonder what that is." And when I clicked on it and saw some of your videos, it was like, that's what I need. That's exactly what I need.
That's great. And how has contact mapping been different for you than some other things that you've tried in the past?
Well, in the real estate industry, there's the contact management systems, if you will, that are heavy into keeping up with the transactions and where are you in it, you know, when are you going to close, and kind of managing all of that. I didn't really need that. I can keep up with the transaction just fine in our brokerage, but I wanted more to be able to keep up with conversations I was having and what I said I was going to do next. And I love that you have a way to put that into a calendar, so to speak, you know, a date on it.
Yeah.
And remember those little details about them, so I know their dogs, their family, what they like, you know, their interests, so that I can keep up with them and build a relationship more than, for me, that's what it is instead of the transaction. Although I do a great job with the transaction, I wanted to make sure I maintain the relationship before, during, and after a transaction.
Yeah, exactly. There's so much that is before and after that transactional period that is so much the important part, especially in real estate, where it can be a long time before somebody's ready to do business in many cases when you're building those relationships, right?
Right.
That's very cool. And so you know, as you're getting into it, what are you finding? You know, is there one aspect of it that you're like, oh man, like this has really helped me to do this more effectively than I was able to do before I found contact mapping?
Well, just that there's this place on my phone, so as soon as I meet somebody, I can put them in and, you know, make a little note or two. You can even speak it into the phone, which I've used a couple of times and I've really liked that. And then just put, when am I going to contact them next? Or what did I say I was going to do? Or what did they need me to do?
Yeah.
So, and give myself that time limit.
Yeah. That's helpful to have those goals and sort of knowing, okay, today I need to make sure I follow up with these people, right?
Right.
What was that? Well, good. Well, you know, if you were talking to somebody else in maybe the real estate space, you know, what would you know, how would you characterize contact mapping as something that might be helpful for them too?
Oh, the best app ever. I've already shared it with 2 or 3 of my friends in here. It's like, you've got to see this app because, you know, if I see them struggling just like me, oh, who did I say I was going to call today? Or, you know, all those little scraps of paper you have everywhere with conversations, you grab the quickest piece of paper you can to make a note. When you don't have their file in front of you, you can just grab your phone and pop in that note and follow up with it at a later time that day or the next day or whenever. So they're intrigued and interested as well. So
That's great. Well, thank you so much for sharing. And I'm just so thankful that we have gotten to play a part in helping you to feel more organized and more effective in connecting with your clients and prospects and following up. And that's just awesome. So Debbie, thank you so much.
thank you.
All right. Well, have a great day. Take care.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye.